Doing Jeff Klepser live out here at World of Concrete 2023, and like we want to do is keep you informed on the latest things that you're using the most. Right now we're in the Metabo booth. We're here with Larry Pecht?
Yes.
And he's the expert right here. They call him what, Renaissance?
End user account.
Yep, so what is your job here?
I liaison between our end users, our distributors, and the factory. And
Okay.
try to bring everybody together.
So he is the expert on grinders, and what we do is we try to push you towards quality grinders that do the job. You don't have to worry about breaking. You know, always take care of your equipment, of course, but what is the latest technology on hand grinding, and what would you need if you're a garage floor guy and you're getting into the business? Usually recommend a small 5-inch and a 7-inch grinder, so take it from there.
So one of the tools that we've come out with is our model number RSEV 19-125. It's a 5-inch grinder. It's proprietary for grinding concrete in your application. This is going to be great for doing peripheral, round poles, smaller jobs. This isn't something that you'd want to take on a 2,000 square foot project with.
Right.
But to fill in where the big machines have been.
And shrouds are always important, right? And this has got a built-in shroud, I see.
This does have a built-in shroud. This tool's engineered specifically for this application. If you notice, this is aluminum, whereas a lot of people will use a phenolic or some sort of resinoid shroud, maybe even something homemade. But we've done some things, so if you need to get up against the wall, this flips up like so, and you can bring it right up against the wall.
It's got a larger surface area.
Right, and you stay dust compliant with that because of the OSHA silicon laws and everything. If you turn this up, we ride on these brushes, and they are spring loaded. It comes with a spare set of them, and the nice thing about that, they are a wear item, but you've got a spare set there that you can replace. We take a standard either 5/8 11 spin-on wheel, or it is supplied with a 7/8 inch hole held on by an arbor nut diamond grinding wheel. And there's all kinds of grinding wheels for different applications. We're not experts in diamond grinding wheels, but we'll give you something to run those.
Excellent. That comes in a box, right? This comes with a carry box?
A carry box.
I've seen
with
those.
The wrench and all the other.
And it's got the handle built into and everything. So.
Right. And this is a nice loop handle. Operator comfort is our biggest thing. When you're in the handle and the rear handle position, it gives you excellent control on your dial speed control. So if you're grinding or polishing soft concrete, hard concrete, you can adjust your speed kind of on the go until you get to the right place that you need to be. This tool pairs well with our vacuum. We have a vacuum port built in so that all you have to do is plug your wheel in, and away you go. Our vacuum is a 157 CFM HEPA vac.
Right.
And it is level 3 HEPA, so it's a 99.9% HEPA filter. It has a self-shaking capability on it, so that it measures airflow across the filters. When that drops a certain percentage, it will automatically clean, and we do it a little bit different than the other guys. The right filter shakes, cleans itself out, and then the left filter will shake, clean it out. We have continuous airflow throughout there. You don't have a puff of concrete dust come back out the tool, or it doesn't lift the lid on the back or anything like that.
So what about a lot of the guys have like an S26 or a bigger, because they got to do all their chips, so they need a larger volume machine.
Right.
So when you got a larger hose, there is a actual attachment here to adapt this, because you're usually using a medium
multi-tool
and then a bigger hand grinder. They may be hooking up to both of those.
Sure.
Obviously, too many CFMs are going to suck this thing to the floor.
Well, actually, with this one you won't, because of the brushes.
Of the air.
Right. It allows air to come through. So
that's great, man.
Everything's great on it.
And so it's excellent. What do these usually run in the area?
Looking at about $4.99 retail on these.
Okay, and that'll last way longer than going and buying something from Home Depot and so on and so forth.
Sure.
DeWalt.
Most of the 5-inch grinders out there are designed for working with metal.
Right.
And yes, that's a nasty environment, but it's a different kind of nasty. Here we have a very abrasive material that's coming through the tool. It's engineered for that, so that the concrete dust does not go through and tear up the inside of the tool. I think what you'll find with this is 3 to 5 times longer life than you would if you just went through a shroud on a medium price 5-inch angle grinder.
It's a beautiful machine, and it's adjustable, of course.
Yes, it is. On the
That's big. I always recommend an adjustability on those things. Now, can you put a different shroud on this if you needed to?
This is a proprietary machine. It comes with this shroud. Unfortunately, it's part of the tool.
So if you wanted to go with your own shroud, like this is the unit I have here. I have this unit. It's well, the adjustable one on the back.
We offer this in a fixed speed or a variable speed. And as far as the shroud goes, we make a couple of different versions. This is a urethane that's convertible, so you can get right up against the wall.
Right.
Or we've got one that is a composite, and it has a flip open front here where you can get right up against the wall.
Nice. I like the fact that it's got the bigger hole here, because guys are typically just dumping the bigger tube in, and then you don't really need to worry about that.
Right.
So excellent. And then onto the 7-inch grinders, or the bigger dogs.
Let's walk over there.
And these are all designed, by the way, like you said, for concrete, which is a whole different thing than metal cutting machines. You always have to have a metal cutting machine to get all the studs and everything out of the floor, and probably wouldn't want to use your hand grinder to get rid of things like that, right?
Right. So really, this is a 9-inch tool that we put a 7-inch guard and a 7-inch wheel
over here because the sun's all on in your face.
And the reason for that is that we get more torque out of this tool than we would with the 7-inch. Also, it gets the RPM range in the 6,600 RPM range rather than the 8,800 RPM range. So it's going to be better for your diamonds. So here, again, 5/8 11 spindle on here.
Right.
And you can either use a spin-on wheel. You may have to use some spacer washers to space your wheel.
Based on what ones you use.
Right. How tall your wheel is and everything. Or you can use the 7/8 inch armored wheel. It's got the adapter rig already built into it and all. It is a urethane shroud again.
Right.
And we do have the convertibility in the front that we can flip that guy up.
Yeah.
As far as durability, this is probably the most durable tool on the market.
I have this tool. I have 5 of these tools with my own business. So these have been my go-to tool right here. And shrouds have come and gone. I've used different variable shrouds, but this one's always been my go-to shroud as well. You can beat the heck out of it. It's got a little vent down here in case the pressure's too much from your vacuum.
So a feature about this tool that not a lot of people know, I don't know if you know this or not, but underneath here is a little button. We can push that, and we can rotate that rear handle. So if you're doing a wall, it makes it much more ergonomically correct. And this will go back 180 degrees the opposite direction too. So if you're going this direction, you're good to go.
I wish the little hand grinders did that, because a lot of guys are doing the face of a stairway, and that's usually how you got to do it, because we do cove work, you know, up the cove.
There's some things in the works to get us there.
Okay.
Probably a year or 2 out on that.
Nice. So these things, the only thing goes wrong with these things typically is the bearing, right, over time?
Over time, you're going to have brushes that are going to need to be replaced about every 125 to 150 hours to use. A lot of that depends on your extension cord length and how much you bear down on the tool. Anytime you increase the amperage, and too long of an extension cord will increase the amperage. If you're bearing down on the tool a lot, it's going to increase the amperage. That's going to put some wear on your brushes and everything. That's the #1 service part. We recommend with every 2 sets of brushes that you get the tool opened up, have it re-greased and all. We've had people that have gone through 3 services, not had to change bearings because they did get all the grease changed.
Right, that's the way to do it. I'm sure I could do for that right now. So other than that, how do you know if your brushes are going bad?
This has an automatic pop-out brush, as do all our 5-inch grinders and everything.
Just take a look at them.
Well, you don't even have to take a look at it. The tool quits.
Oh, the tool quits.
It's like an idiot light with teeth.
Okay.
On your car. So, you know, the light will flash on the tool, and then it stops.
Okay.
And there's a code to it. You can plug it in, call the service center. They'll tell you the number of flashes if it's the brushes, but chances are if it quits running, it's just the brushes.
And this is with the newer version. They're the older ones.
They had that too. We take this technology all the way back to the 80s.
Okay, great. That's great, man. This is a great tool. Definitely highly recommended. Now, this tool right here, I always well, we cut out cracks.
Sure.
And the problem with cutting out cracks, obviously, is being able to see the crack.
Right.
When you're cutting it out, usually I have them get a small grinder with a bare wheel with a, you know, with a metal shroud on it.
Sure.
And then they hold the vacuum cleaner up to the bottom. So with this right here, you've got, this is a dual chaser.
This is wall chaser. We can do several options with this. We can put this wheel on, which is designed for slotting like you see here. And this saves you having to make 2 cuts and then come in with the chisel and cut it out. Or stack 2 wheels on here, make a cut, and then come in with the chisel. We're trying to get you out of that chisel business and everything. So this will take it all out in one pass. But you can put 1 wheel on there, or you can put 2 together if you need a little wider curve on your cut. It's kind of up to you. We supply the spacers, and we give you the straight wheels as well as the offset wheels, and you can put it into the configuration you need to make it work for you.
Perfect.
We have a depth control on this tool right over here, super easy to use. Just break it over and then adjust the guard to whatever depth that you need it to be. Well, there we go.
There you go, yeah.
She'll slide back and forth. Do have the hookup for the hose here and all, so easy to get to there. Same thing with the brushes, service finder brushes, and bearings and all that.
So real quick before I forget, when do you know your bearings are, it just vibrates so much you can't take it anymore?
You'll sense some vibration. You may see some grease seepage around the tool at the gear head and everything. At that point, it's time for a tool for service.
And how long does it take to get serviced based on your...
In most cases, if we have parts in stock, which 98% of the time we do, from when it hits our door until it goes out the back door, back to you, about 48 hours.
48 hour turnaround. So get a backup one, so you have one, so you can send it in. That's what that's I always recommend that too when you get into business. Because you know, when one of these products go down, you're down.
Right.
So you're not making money.
Time is money.
Get 2 of them right there.
There you go.
Well, anyway, live from World of Concrete at the Metabo booth. We're here with Larry, and Larry's been very helpful, and appreciate you. Definitely appreciate it, man. And looking forward to do more business
with all your customers, and come see us.
All right, great. Have a good one.